Yeah, what's good? It's your boy Cadillac Jackson. You already know what it is. It's the season finale. We in the building. You heard?
Yes, sir.
You can't go first anymore, man, because nobody could come behind that. What's going on, family? It is your boy OGSneekerz. It's Wednesday. It's episode 7. It's lit already. Professor, talk to the people.
I don't know how I'm supposed to follow any of that up, but I will go ahead and say this is Hoodie, a.k.a. the Black Alex McKeaton, a.k.a. Shootbox Shakur, a.k.a. the Boss Kick Ross, a.k.a. Notorious KIX, a.k.a. Martin Shoot the King, and the a.k.a. that matters the most, Jack Swagless. And before I tell you what show this is, we got this other guy sitting with us, the illustrious, the man who has more shoes than you got friends, the man who's got more laces than you've been places. If you dunking and you ain't saying Jumpman, you're doing it wrong. Jumpman Bostic in the building. Say what's up to the people, bro.
What's up? I'm Royal. I'm Royal Blue.
That boy good.
Talking Kicks.
Hey man, this is Talkin Kicks. This is Talkin Kicks.
Sir.
Episode 7 of season 1 with the man. If y'all saw the video at SneakerCon, it was the first time we talked face to face. And it was just like it would just go. Red light was on and we were going. I don't know where my voice went. Somebody stole it. But we were able to get that done. So we're glad to have you on the show with us again, man.
Glad to be back. Thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate it, man. Thank you for helping us close out the show. As you know, before we get into the show, we like to say what's up to the KickTalkers, the people who support us every week, the people that are avoiding parole, avoiding their wives and husbands, neglecting their kids. And we appreciate y'all for doing that. So shout out to Shoeline Express, Jamie White, Real World Kicks, T-Real. What's going on? We got V's Kicks in the building, Throwback Kang. We got Young Civic 20s in the building as well. The Sneaker Dome Show was good, brother. Jermaine Manning's in the building. Don Turner's in the building. 804 Kanga Phones and J's. If you buy any more polos, bro, any more polos, I'm going to have you deported. I don't know where you're going, but you got to get up out of here. Balenciaga Bobby's in the building. Sneaker Files, what's going on, brother? Q the Queen's in the building with the right name. We appreciate that. Praise Warrior God. Blood's in the building. Black Ass African, of course. And I think that's all we got so far. OG Kicks is in the building. Pain 82 is in the building. What's going on, y'all? Sneaky.
Pain 82.
You got to go deeper, brother.
That's all I got.
Pain 82. What's good, Beard Jedi?
What's going on, fam? This is Pain 82. We
what size those phones you got on?
Yeah.
Every time you start talking, I'll be like, Satan. Like, why is your voice that deep? What are you doing with your life? You can't have a phone job. Somebody's gonna hang up as soon as they call. They're going, I done called the wrong number. That is not right. That is not godly on the other end of that phone.
Yo, you know what he reminds me? Can we dance with your dates?
Dude, you got problems, man. But we're here, man. We're here. OG, if you could let them know, since this is their last chance to get some of that good, pause or no pause, if you could let them know the rules so they can get some of that giveaway, sir.
All right, people. Y'all know the deal. We've been talking about this whole time. Shout out to our season 1 sponsors, Footage Society, Nicole, David, and Tyler over there just jumping in, giving you 150 of them things to spin up in that store. There's a bunch of heat that they have that you can focus, that you can spend over there. So that's the first giveaway. Then also want to shout out to our other season 1 sponsor and our family, Dez Customs. Of course, that is the man Dez and his partner Mo from Creative Custom Kicks. They are giving away a free custom valued at 300 of them things, but you do have to provide the shoe. So what do you have to do? Good people, this is what you have to do. You have to subscribe to the Talkin Kicks YouTube page. You need to subscribe to Dez Customs YouTube page, and then you need to follow the following channels on Instagram: Talkin Kicks, Dez Customs, Creative Custom Kicks, that's creative with a K, Custom Kicks, and Footage Society on Instagram. Then the last thing and the most important, this is episode 7. It is our final episode for season 1. Once this episode posts on YouTube, you need to go into the comment section, comment Des Custom, and done. That means that you're interested in winning the custom, and done. Now, if your YouTube name is different than your Instagram name, please put something else on IG so we know that when we look to match you up, we might be looking for the YouTube name, and if we don't see it, you won't be counted as doing the things that you need to do. So if you have a different name, you need to let us know. If you want to be considered for the Footage Society giveaway, done, same information. If you have a different IG name, put it down. It is only on this episode. So if you comment on episode 1 or 4 or 5 or whatever, you're going to be short. Over the next 2 weeks of the hiatus, we're going to be tallying everything up, and we're going to post a video. It will probably be the second week of the winners. We will not post that video until we know that we have a winner. In other words, we've chosen them, and we've been able to know, to contact them to let them know that they're the winner and they accept. So that's all you got to do. If you forget all of that, in the more information section of the video, when it posts, it will list all the information that you need to do and what you need to follow, the pages that you need to follow and or subscribe to. So we're just excited about it. We are so thankful to Footage Society and to Des Customs for blessing our family, blessing us so that we can bless you, because we do this for y'all. Also, we'll mention that we still do have the 10% discount with Footage Society. If you purchase anything and you use the code Talkin Kicks, you'll get 10% off of your order. So you'll still, even if you don't win the big prize, you'll still be a winner if you use that Talkin Kicks discount code. Yes, sir.
Throwback King said that's a lot of steps, and I said not for free. It ain't.
Hey, you ain't got to do it. I understand you could say it's a lot of stuff, bro, but that's $450 worth of free stuff. If that's too much, I feel you. I ain't mad.
If you got to do it,
you got to do what you got to do, bro.
It's $450 of free shit. Come on.
For real.
Yeah.
That's all it is. $450 of free shit.
I mean, real talk, you're probably already following most of the people on Instagram. So now that only means that you just need to go and subscribe. Well, you should be subscribed to the YouTube channel too, but that it ain't a lot.
And I appreciate y'all for hitting the like button. Thank you very much for everybody that's in the chat that already hit the like button. For everybody who pre-ordered their shirts, they got the Talkin Kicks shirts. You should have them by now. If you don't have a shirt and you paid for it, let us know. Send us an email. If you don't have a shirt and you would like to pay for it, send us an email. We got a few of those left. We got some women's cut tees in medium, large, and I think an extra large. We've got men's shirts, extra large, mediums, 2Xs. I think we even got an extra 3X as well. So if y'all interested in that, send us an email and we can get that out to you. And don't send the email if you ain't got no money.
And throwback, I wasn't trying to be salty, family. It's all love. So but I really, real talk, I'm just saying, hey, if that's all I got to do to win a $300 custom, I'm trying to do that. Matter of fact, I might win. Nah, forget all y'all.
OG cannot win. Just wanted to make sure.
The following people cannot win: OGSneekerz, Beard Jedi, Cadillac Jackson, V's Kicks. Let me stop.
Damn.
Wow.
Got to see Gabriel Kicks 23s in the building, and Trey Rongs just walked up in the building as well.
G4 Vision also cannot win.
Ever.
G4.
Can I say one thank you before I forget?
Yep.
Yo, thank you to everybody who reposted. We hit the 1K on the OGSneekerz page, so thank you. Thank you.
That's what's up, man.
That's real love. I appreciate that very, very much.
1,000 people want to see you talk about sneakers and giggle and
see why? Why, Sway? Why?
Hey, that's good. Ain't 1,000 people ain't watching me.
That's only because you haven't put up your channel, brother. And see,
technicalities. Right.
See, that's Gabriel Kicks is working on you with that, man. So I'm just going.
Pause.
Wow.
Can we get pause right there?
Can we get to the showdown? Can we talk to Jumpman? I'm something. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, before we get into our pickups and hump day heat, we get to have Jumpman on the show. We haven't talked to you in a while, sir. There has been some news that people may have heard, kind of the sonic boom, that Jumpman is no longer on the Sneakerbox Podcast, and that you're possibly running for president and going for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't even know what's real.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, brother?
Well, I'm no longer with the Sneakerbox Podcast. I have a new job, and it requires a lot of my time, and I wasn't going to be able to be on the show on a regular basis. And I decided to just step away instead of being like a part-time person. And I was talking with my management, and there's also something that I have going on that's in the works is Soul Talk with Jumpman Bostic, which is not a podcast. It's going to be more of a show where I'm traveling around, I'm talking to people, I'm talking to people with companies, I'm just talking to regular people. I might be walking through the mall and talk to somebody and just randomly stop them. It's been something that I have been wanting to do, but I was hesitant. I've been doubting myself as to what I could bring to the culture or bring to sneakers, and just like laying back in the bushes instead of going out doing what I would like to do. And now with my job situation and my not being able to be a regular person on the podcast, this is not going to be a every week thing, and maybe 2-3 times a month. You know, and it's just kind of be on a random thing, because I won't be able to make sneaker events because I work weekends. It's going to take a lot of moves for me to get weekends off now. You know, and that was the downside of taking this new job, but family first. And I'm looking forward to this new adventure into a show, kind of podcast, but more of a show.
That's what's up. So you can be sitting on the couch with your legs crossed with some expensive tea, and how you doing? You'll be doing that.
No, I'll be out and about. That's the good thing about it. You know, it could be a scheduled person to talk to, but while I'm talking to that person, I may see somebody, you know, walking down the street, or I might be out shopping and I might just stop someone and just make an episode out of that. Or a few people, just talking to people in the actual culture, where you're engaging people that you normally wouldn't, because not many people stop and look at other people that's out shopping and go ask them, you know, hey, those are some pretty dope shoes you got on. What made you get those, or what are you out here looking for? And I'm sure there's people out there that would love to be interviewed like that.
Hey, we need something like that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put in this request. Not that my request has any legs, but if you could please highlight your city, you know, before you do other cities, if you could highlight your city, that would be dope.
Yes, there's some spots in Detroit that I plan on doing in the suburban Detroit area. Definitely got to do home first. There's going to be a pilot show coming out soon with it. And I think it's going to be different, and you might see other people trying it.
Well, we're used to that. Yeah, let me say that. We're used to that.
So, can I say that we just had breaking news? Like, I don't think this has been out anywhere. This is a Talkin Kicks exclusive. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the chat is ready for it. Everybody's saying that we were looking for that kind of show, so people are excited. Queen and V's Kicks are from Michigan. So
that's cool. And you know, those, and I'm definitely gonna feature women. They don't get enough respect in the game as far as being featured. I know you guys do on your show, but there are definitely some women collectors out there that know more about some kicks than some of us guys do.
Hey, real talk, and you got two. Like I said, they hometowns, V's Kicks and Q the Queen. I'm plugging y'all. That'll be $8. If you'd like to reach out to them, so they locals. You know what I'm saying? For sure. There you go.
And I was lucky enough to meet both of them. Both of them in Atlanta. So yeah.
So they got to meet you and they got to eat your wings.
Yeah, a man that can cook. That I'm a rarity.
I'm gonna leave that alone. This started changing to a different kind of show. I have nothing to do with that, sir.
No, but I'm gonna tell you, my time with the podcast was outstanding. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, it was a moment where some things went down, but as two grown men come together and fix it, I'm talking about with African Caesar, you know, we were able to mend that situation, which was blown out of proportion. And once it's calmed down, everything came back. There is no problems. With the reason why I'm no longer on there is strictly job related. But then talking to my management, I had an idea that came to mind, and this is the idea. And I believe it's going to be different. And I'm excited to get that going.
Now you said something I just want to piggyback on, and then if we're ready to move on, we can. But I'm really shocked right here to hear you say that you were doubting yourself. Why would you say that you were doubting yourself?
You know, I can sit here and talk about sneakers all day long. You know, when you were here, I mean, we were down here for almost 2 hours, and we're like, oh, we got someplace else to go. But you know, to hear people say things that are positive about you, think that you're a regular person, and I still do, you know, but to constantly hear that you're influential, or that, you know, you bring more to the culture than you think you do, that led me to, I want to get out here and engage with these people. I want to get out here and talk to people who don't normally get talked to, because all everybody wants to do is talk to celebrities, or as they call shoe celebrities. I'm a regular sneaker person. I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a shoe tuber. So I don't want anybody to call me that. I think it's a difference. And I may be going down a road that people don't like, but I can only tell the truth. There's a difference between my doing sneaker reviews and my going to sneaker events and doing displays, than my going there with a camera in hand, or merchandise, or having people wait in lines for me. There's people who want to meet me, but there's people who want to meet me to talk about sneakers, right? You know, and to talk about what got me into the culture. And that's what I want to bring to people when I'm out and about. Maybe they might know me, maybe they might not. And I go up and introduce myself, strike up a conversation, and just find out what got them into the sneaker culture.
That's dope, man. Hey man, when does it start?
It's gonna start next month, tentatively NY City.
Hey.
NY City.
Hey.
Yes. Out and about, you know, Times Square, wherever our adventures take us, at SneakerCon, you know, before SneakerCon, catch people in line. I mean, it's gonna be something different. Something different.
That's what SneakerCon in New York is, like December 16th or something like that.
16th and the 17th. It's 2 days. A Saturday.
It's a 2-day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there y'all go. Q the
Queen. It might be on the plane.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, say it again.
I said, no, you good.
I mean, it might be on the plane. It might be somebody on the plane that's going to a sneaker event. You strike up a comment. It's going to be random stuff, basically, is what I'm saying. It's going to be raw, organic, just random sneaker talk where you can't sit and script it.
Yeah.
You know, some of it will be scripted when you want to interview people, but a lot of it is just going to be, man, you just walking up, catching people and what comes up comes out, you know. So I'm looking forward to it.
I would say that, you know, I know where you've been, you know what I'm saying? I know your background, but you'll be in New York. Be careful with walking up to people.
No, definitely.
Talking. I mean, you got that joke of Cadillac. Yeah. You can't just walk up to Cadillac.
But you know, with sneaker people, what's the first thing you do when you think you want to engage a person? What's the first thing you look at?
What size you wear?
Nah, bro.
But it's basically the sneakers, right? So that will give you an idea whether you can approach somebody or not. I mean, it's all about common sense. Yeah, but I understand what you mean for sure.
Just looking out for the legend. That's all. Looking out for the legend. I mean, you have Caddy Muscle in the building, but you know, Caddy got a couple court cases. He can't be too seen. You know what I mean? You gotta watch out for the.
Yeah, They might think I'm somebody with an entourage.
Well, I mean, you are somebody, and you will have an entourage regardless, especially if you go to SneakerCon.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. We appreciate you sharing that.
I'm just glad that I can finally accept that people believe I have a voice, and now I think this is a way that I can share more of myself, my experiences, my ups and downs, my trials, tribulations. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is 2 full-time jobs at one time. You know, this was something I dedicated my life to, and now I'm with my wife who accepts what I do. There were some others that tried to ruin me, took stuff, lied, whatever. But, you know, through perseverance and she saved my life, man. I can't speak highly enough about my wife, man. She saved my life.
Hey, man, don't have us up in here crying, man. Let's get to the
That's the truth, though.
Damn, I thought Charlie Wilson song was about to start playing.
Her and my babies,
Lord Jesus.
Well, yeah, they
had a moment there.
Sorry about that. But that's part of what people don't know. Yeah. You know, they just think that people think that this is Foot Locker when they see me do a video of what you selling. Let me get that over there. And it's just been a lot of years of putting nickels and coins together. I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination.
Hey, man, well, let me just add this as we move on to the next thing. You know, actually what we're doing right now, you were part of the genesis of it from the standpoint that, you know, I mean, I've told the story before, and, you know, we've talked about it. You know, that DM that I sent you, you know, asking you about, you know, being an OG in the game. And, you know, first of all, the fact that you even responded to it, you know, blew my mind. And what you responded, you know, made me feel like, hey, you know, I could just jump out there and see what happens. So, you know, it's kind of come around full circle. And you are valuable, bro. You know, absolutely. Don't ever let anyone.
And those are the things. Yeah, I appreciate that. And those are the things that I keep getting those messages too from other people. From older people who don't want to step into the culture because they see a lot of the hate that I get. I got some today, and I ended up responding to it. And Q the Queen told me just let it go, and I even told Caesar to let it go. Then I ended up getting into it because of, you know, sometimes, you know, you feel as though you have to defend yourself, but you really don't. You know, your actions or how you carry yourself would be enough defense for you. But responding back to you, and you said you were going to be in New York, you know, ever since then, we've just been like brothers, like we've always known each other. And that's what I feel as though I can bring by why I'm saying I want to be out in the field or interviewing people live or whatever. And it's just organic stuff.
Gabriel Kicks, there will be no thug tears tonight, brother. So you can keep all them, tear emojis to yourself. Come on, man. Let's get to this hump day heat and these pickups.
Ooh-wee!
For today's Hump Days Heat, the theme was to un-DS some shoes, aka take some shoes off ice. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Caddy. Caddy, what did you rock today, sir? Did you get that picture out?
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you. So today I unds'd them purple things.
Eggplants in the building.
Eggplant foams.
Yeah, so these got unds'd today. I had a meeting and I had to wear these in the meeting because I was running late. So yeah. That's why the picture ain't go up.
I've never seen anybody wear a sweater and foams together. That's the first. It was an Argyle sweater with foams. That's a new style on them. Look at 804 said finally some foam love.
Foam love.
Foam love. OG, what did you rock today, brother?
Oh, Obsidian 15s.
Ooh, not bad. You got both 15s now, right? You got the stealths and those?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not bad at all. Today, we're going to save Jumpman for later because we know following him up is going to be ridiculous. I'm not even putting us in a position to do that. Today, I wore those yin yang things today, the yin yang ones, and I did wear them with the flip-flop laces. I thought I was cool for like 4 seconds.
Oh.
And then I walked into see Thor Ragnarok and sat next to a kid who did the exact same thing with his shoes, and I felt retarded. I was like, you really, this little 4-year-old is the same. I got to get out this game. I got to get out the game. But yeah, got to wear those today. And I think I got these from the outlet. This was also a steal. Y'all know the undercost boss. I got these from the outlet for $34.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of these streets. What did the chat have on?
Let's see. I don't know. Tay Baltimore, what's good, family? I see you in the building.
I saw Buckeye City Soul strolled in too. We appreciate you, brother. And I think Steezo's in the building as well. Thank you for coming through. For all of y'all, if we missed you, just keep chatting. I'll get you at some point in the show. I promise. But what else did everybody have on? I think everybody's tripping off your phones. 804 had on the Wu-Tangs. You know what I'm saying?
TJ had on those 11 low Barons.
Which just restocked today, too. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yes. The penny pack restock, too.
Man, well, I went to what, $400?
$5.
Man, $5. We really only want one shoe. We really only want one shoe.
What? Okay. I don't even
Nobody wants the hawk. Nobody wants the hawk.
No, I'm talking about the other penny pack. The one with the penny 6 and the Sharpie foams.
Oh. I still ain't paying $5, but it's good. You know what I'm saying? Good for that young restock. I appreciate that.
Right. Let's see here. V's Kicks had on the
no one cares.
Yeezys today. Shout out to Sis. That you got to stop that now. Dial it down. My favorite of the day, actually. Well, and shout out to J Manning 06. He unds'd the Great Eights in honor of our illustrious guests today. Those those green and orange joints.
That's what's up. You know, that's Jumpman's favorite shoe right there.
And this is my favorite update heat of the day. Black ass African G4 calling them get money fives. I ain't mad at you, brother. Get them paper.
Wow.
Yes, sir. He looked like he'd been rocking that, but I don't know that they were de-iced just today. If it was, you had a hard ass day at work, bro.
I mean, he needs some rejuvenate or something on them bad boys.
And of course, the homie Young Civic dropping those Baron 11 lows out in the sunshine, looking all nice.
I almost broke those out today.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, out, sir.
What did I break out?
Let's just go ahead and sit back.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Throwing them at
us. You done threw them at us.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful. That's the epitome of disrespect.
He said, I got these.
I'm gonna look for a second pair so I can do the tongue in red. You know, like the PE MJ had on back in the day. You know, that's a sample of the one he was seen wearing back in the day with the red tongue. So I just did a video, dropped a video on YouTube. Yep.
Yeah, make sure y'all sub. You know, if y'all didn't know, Jumpman is not just out here on everybody else's channel. He has a channel you should subscribe to. You should also be following him on Instagram. Just want to say that. How many pairs of shoes do you think out of your thousands of pairs are still DS?
Probably 14 right now because I haven't gotten to all of the videos yet. Because I was behind from my knee surgery, and I've been still picking up shoes, and I just got to get on my video game and pick it back up. But it's coming.
Now, Steve, no, you did not miss the unboxing, so just hold tight. We hadn't got to that yet. Everybody want to know what's in the box, JB.
It's right here. It's right here. So, I want to know what's in the box.
I imagine that there's some heat in that box, so I'm going to go ahead and get my little pickups out the way. I'm going to do one pickup that I got that I'm going to actually be returning. This is the N7s, the Dunks. I got the N7 Dunks. Black and red, and you see those there. I got a couple complaints, which is why they're going back. First of all, $100, great price, Nike. Good job. Problem is, $100, Nike, terrible job on the quality. As you see, I pushed this. First of all, they smell like petroleum. I don't know. It's not a good thing. And I was like, $100, I can still keep them. But then when I looked at the toe box, they came like this. I was like, okay, well, I'm not a fan of that, but it's the toe box. It's going to get wrinkled. I'm still not prepped. And then I saw this.
Florida Evans' face.
Damn.
Oh.
I don't know why I got the Edward James almost cheek on the shoe, but that's not, I didn't do that. I mean, these are still factory laces. It's not, I know it's Fat Boy season, but the Fat Boy didn't do that. That's not what I like. So these got to go back. So that was $100, but that's $100 going back in my pocket. The chat is cracking up. But y'all know I am the undercost boss, a.k.a. Deacon Discount, a.k.a. fuck retail. So last week we had the 30% off sale. I wasn't able to get a coupon, but I was able to get a coupon. If you know what I'm talking about, appreciate you. One of the KickTalkers blessed me, and it was a blessing. I got out there, and I was trying to shop for the fellas. I couldn't find nothing. And I was on my way out. This is usually how it works. I'm on my way out. I said, let me make one more pass. And I found another pair of Jordan 5s, the Cement 5s. DS. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure that they were B grades or anything like that. I didn't see any issues with them. The box price was $99. So, yeah, that shoe has been sideswiped, College Park. That one was terrible. The box price was $99, and then I had my 30% off, and then I had another 20% off. So the final price when I got done with that shoe, oh, and I had a $10 discount. Thank you, Nike.com. It was $50.61. I can retire.
Eating good in the streets.
I mean, you know, that's not a bad look right there. Yeah. Gabriel Kicks, that's what happened, man. It's when I get out there, sometimes I get blessed, and that was a blessing from the crew. So I appreciate you KickTalkers for allowing me to go out there and get that steal. It's not even a shoe that I was really up on, but the last 2 5s that I've gotten have been crazy steals. I had to get them. So like T Ward said,
I can
steal. You know, you got to get that deal.
For sure. I can't get a steal like that.
Well, I know that what you got in the box now is about to be interesting. So I'm going to let y'all figure out which one is going after Jumpman. Which one of y'all coming in second?
Nobody. It's over after that. We just going to go on with the rest of the show. Man, what's popping in the box? Tell us the story, Jumpman.
We want to do the box. We want to do the box.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got hit up on Instagram by the Trophy Room, Marcus Jordan's assistant. Out of my 32 plus years, 1,089 pair. This is 1,080 right here.
Wow.
I mean, 1,090 right here. I'm sorry. 1,090. I have never received anything from Nike or Jordan brand. I've gotten something from Champs back in the day when they were doing those boxes with all the fields and the courts on them and all of that. I don't know if you guys remember those, the black boxes they used to have. And Finish Line. Those were the only 2 that I've ever received any giftings from. So they hit me up on Instagram, and I thought it was just like fake. You know, I didn't think it was real. So I reached out to a couple people who I know have shopped there, and I gave them the person's name that hit me up and said, you know, I'm Marcus Jordan's assistant, and you know, we want to send you out something. And I was like, wow, you know. And then the two people I hit up confirmed it, and you know, so here it is now. So, you know, I've been sitting all day looking at this box. I've been wanting to open it. It's going to be a detailed review coming. I'm going to hit up my guy, Rome Good promo, see if I can get him to come by and really do his thing with a video of these. But it is a size 14. So you seeing before me what it was. It is the trophy room, and it did come with the shirt. The shirt is a extra large,
extra medium.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
It's an extra large. But
I'm so.
This is size 14 shoe and an extra large shirt?
Yeah, size 14.
Yes.
Shoe.
Okay.
And here's, you know, the paperwork. I know y'all, those who got them know the paperwork on them. So my first time seeing them in hand, and wow, you know, it based off of a Maserati, MJ's love for jazz music. The notes here on the shroud. The outsole, a lot of people don't know that is a golf course, one of MJ's favorite golf courses to play. So a lot of his shoes have a lot of meaning to him with either cars. Some shoes he had, the design were based off of women's heels and things like that. Tinker came up with the Black Cat, the 13 from MJ's prowess on the court and all of that. But these are cold. And I was actually lucky enough to get the Trophy Room 23, the black.
Yeah.
And gold pair as well. So, and I had those on the other day, but this, I saw OG's video, and I couldn't wait to get these in hand. These are super silky smooth in hand. So big shout out to the Trophy Room for the representative hitting me up. I don't know if they really want me to say their name, so I won't, but
because everybody will be calling that person. So don't out of luck. Matter of fact, I'll be calling them like, hey, let me holler at you for a second. I'm Jumpman's little brother, and you send them 14s, you need to send an extra 3 pairs. I wear 2 13s and 11 and a half.
Thank you. Praise God.
But for him to say that they see me out here and they recognize me, that's another reason why I want to step more to the forefront. Not to receive things, because like I said, this is my first gifting from Nike or Jordan brand, but it's, you know, I see things and I see what people do who just talk bad about a company, really diss them super bad, and then still get blessed with stuff. You know, I just don't believe in that, you know, or like, why am I not getting this? I should be getting this. I'm this, that, and the third on YouTube. You know, let yourself be noticed. And I felt, you know, with my hashtag patience as I use and just waiting my turn. If this is all that I get, then at least I was finally recognized by someone in the Jordan family. So I appreciate that.
Everybody in the chat is saying it's about time, man. You're long overdue to get that love. So
yeah, I've been hearing that too, and I appreciate that. And I know a lot of what they're referring to is what other people got. I know people get invited to these Jordan events and commercials, and they show up in there wearing Yeezys and anything but Jordans. And that, to me, that's just that's the ultimate disrespect to someone who is flying you in and giving you stuff, and you show up in their ultimate competitors shoe wear, you know. But this means a lot. This means a lot, and these are definitely be cherished.
But you will wear them, right?
Oh, definitely. Oh, for sure. Yes.
And you know he's Mr. Straight to the Foot game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put him on immediately. I wanted to say shout out again to some of the people who came in, some more KickTalkers. One Leg Lister rolled in the building. Derek Rich rolled in the building. Night of the Living Dead Stock. That's an amazing name.
Absolutely.
KB Fresh Kicks is in the building as well. Thank y'all for coming through and kicking this with us. And I know I didn't say this one yet. Mr. Kyle Park, 81. I just like saying it like that, Kyle Park. Appreciate you for rocking with us, man.
And I'm seeing the comments, and you know, I appreciate everybody's support and appreciation for this. I'm it might not show on my face, but I'm super, or maybe it is, but I'm super happy and appreciative of this. This was really cool to receive.
We got the QOF in the building. Miss Payne, Shelly 85 jumping in, boy. This is an epic night, Jumpman. You done pulled them out from it. You shook all the trees.
Not only are they here, they hit the like button without us saying anything. So thank you. Yeah, they actually like this episode. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
Them the hometown people. Them the
hometown people. Showing love, man. If that's what we got to do every show, we're gonna take a still shot of you, and every show we're gonna just put that up there. They're gonna pick you on.
Paint and shells. Yeah, paint and shells for sure. Yes.
So as we do before we get to the lace up and everything else, I want to get through the pickups because we're about to be gone for 2 weeks. So we want to talk about some of these pickups that need to be highlighted. Caddy, if you can shout it out to the people, let them know what's popping.
All right, we're about to get into these pickups. These releases over here. Hold on 1 second.
While he's getting those pickups up again, if y'all are looking for the Talkin Kicks shirts, they were already mailed out. I'm giving people a little bit of time. If you got a size that you didn't, a size you need, you got on a 1X and you need a 5X and you lied about it, it's okay. We can get you fixed. Just go ahead and email us or shoot me an inbox, Beard Jedi on Instagram, and we'll try and get you square.
All right, here we go.
It's all you, brother.
All right, so we have here coming out this weekend the Off-White 10 collection, which is going to be hard as hell to get.
There will be blood.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of the 10, which one is your favorite?
I like number 11. I'm just not a fan. Like, respect, to the brother grinding and getting this collab, but I don't really like any of them. I never have.
OG?
If you got to put me on one, it actually would be the Vapor Max. I'm over the one. I think it's, but I really don't get most of them. Be honest, I don't. Or maybe the Presto. Those are the two for me: Vapor Max and the Presto.
Okay, Jumpman.
It's the Off-White for me because it just brings back the memories of '85 where it started for me.
The one.
The one, yeah.
The
Off-White.
There's no clear-cut favorite for me. More than likely it would be the one. More than likely be the one.
What is it about that you like?
About the one?
Yeah.
It just looks different, but in all honesty, there's nothing about this pack that makes me go, I gotta have them.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like I honestly feel like if I took a zip tie and put it on a shoe and threw in some orange and green laces, it would be almost the same thing.
Hey, that might be an idea, bro. I might be able to get us a collection popping.
And a big ass lawsuit.
Hey, but we're gonna use a blue zip tie.
Up next, we have the Nike Dunk SB Black Pigeons going for 110. Released yesterday, early release at the Reed Space Extra Butter pop-up coming out this weekend.
That's a clean shoe. That's a clean shoe.
Somebody was about to catch them hands yesterday, wasn't they, Caddy?
Bruh. I tried to go get this shoe for OG yesterday. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. Even the security guard made me mad as hell because I walked up like, yo, y'all still got any pairs? He's like, thank you for coming out. God bless and good night. I was like, nigga. I was like, oh, that's how you go about to do me? And another security guard was like, and he ain't Russell Simmons neither. Nigga, I can clearly see that.
Damn. Everybody was clowning, huh? Trying to get that beat down.
Bro, there might have been about 1,000 people out there, and they said they had 400 shoes, and they only gave out about 290, maybe.
So where are the rest of them? Why didn't they give out all of them?
Good question.
Back dope.
That's cold-blooded right there, man.
Next, we have the Win Like 82 Jordan 11s coming out this weekend for 220 of them things.
Ooh.
I'm gonna shoot my shot just because, like I said, my whole thing, and we'll get into this maybe season 2 or season 3. My whole love-hate relationship with the 11s. If I got it, it would probably be to get something else. I think it's a decent-looking shoe. With I need therapy over my 11s.
Mm-hmm. Yo, JB.
Did he freeze up?
I'm not sure. Jumpman. Yeah. High cut or low cut patent leather?
Love it. Takes you back to the originals. And I know a lot of people don't like it because they're used to the lower cut retros. I think that higher cut just adds more lookability to the shoe, more eye-catching. Look at that. That just draws your attention to the shoe, that high cut of patent leather.
This man could be a goddamn poet. Motherfucker had me ready to buy a pair of shoes just now. I was like, what am I going to
I'm going to double up on these.
He was like, look at that high cut leather. It's a beautiful shoe. I was like, God damn, I need the shoe now.
The music started playing. Chicka wow wow.
You need that high cut patent leather, baby.
Yeah, those are a must. And then if you're from this area, or you can order online, I got to throw in Mr. Allen's. I have a bead on the Bulls jersey, Bulls jacket, the Ty Mopkins. If you ain't got the patch on the inside, your ass is on the bench.
We're on the same page. We are on the same page.
That Ty Mopkins boy. So I like the Bulls jacket, but the Pistons one goes hard too. So.
Yes, sir. Up next, we have the dark gray Jordan 12s coming out next weekend.
Ooh.
I know I like 12s a lot. But if there's an Achilles heel to any shoe, it's gray. I'm not a fan of gray shoes. I'm conflicted right now. Damn it, man.
Wow. So you didn't do the PSNYs anything, huh?
Anything gray, bro. I got a pair of gray SBs that I bought, and I've never worn them. I just can't do gray shoes. I don't know why.
Okay.
OG, what you thinking, bro?
Nah, it's a pass for me. I'm probably on the same wavelength with Beard, but I want the I got to reach back for the maroon joints. So okay. Yeah, I would pass.
You would take the maroon over those?
It's my school color. It's my school colors, bro.
Maroon and white. Sir. There you go.
Yeah. So I can tell by Jumpman's emotions, he's definitely feeling these.
Buying a pair too. Yeah,
definitely.
Jumpman
That is
like
on
coming home, me.
For sure. Yes.
Up next, we have the Doernbecher Jordan 12s.
Okay, I got to speak on this because
the pizza 12.
When they came out, me and the fellas was chatting because we talk all the time, and they was like, hell no. And I was like, I like those. And then I saw another picture, and I was like, that's not what I thought I saw. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I saw a fake shoe, but when I saw this again, I was like, hey, no, bruh.
I'm going to save my comments for later because we might have a sneaker A Smith ran against the kids, but
I understand. Q the Queen said it perfectly. I'm also counting my macros. Thank you. Can't do anything with those, sir.
What'd you think about these, Jumpman?
Not me at all. That's a super pass. That's a Steve Nash.
You know y'all messing up if you got a man named passing on your Jordan.
Gucci. Yeah, yeah. That's like a vet pass by, man. I can't mess with it.
Up next, we have the LeBron 15 Pride of Ohio's coming out next weekend.
Whose legs are those?
I believe that's J.R. Smith.
What the hell's going on? I mean, they totally didn't sell the shoe with the legs. Jesus. I don't know what happened there. I can't comment on the shoe. I can't. Anyway, man. Yeah, I'm still chilling on the Dothraki 15s.
OG?
Nah, it's not the color for me yet. One's gonna come up, but it ain't this one.
Yeah, this one is a no-go for me. Jumpman, I'm guessing it's a no-go for you too, sir.
I'm in and out. I can't hear.
You copying that shoe?
Oh no.
Next.
He's like, I heard enough. No.
He said, I heard I'm not copying.
Oh no.
Up next we have the Nike Air More Up Tempo Doernbecher.
Yo, that shoe is a hell no.
Bruh. You already know how I feel about these shoes.
Stop. Leave the babies alone.
Let me explain.
No. Just move on. Don't do that.
What are you doing, baby?
Don't do that.
No,
Yeah,
baby.
don't do that to the
Retire
baby.
the shoe, baby.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Moving right along. We gonna get into this later.
The chat is cracking up too. The chat is like, nope.
We have the Jordan 6 wheat things for $190.
That's plush. I'm kind of looking at those. I'm watching.
Yes, sir.
Jumpman's getting 7 pair.
Yeah.
Bruh, now
being
that I'm from New York.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, being that I'm from New York, that nubuck is normally a Timberland thing, but that wheat with that off white with the milky soul, Lord Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I might need that in my life.
That's a hell of flow right there, man. From the outsole to the midsole, and that, you know, that hints of that wheat on the side panel and that 2-3 there. You know, if anybody knows that the 2-3 on there on the side,
makes you want to buy shit,
man.
Right.
Then you flip the shoe around, you got MJ on the other side.
It just
became
X-rated.
Know that history, man.
Flip it around.
Okay, we can't
that's a bad shoe.
We can't have Jumpman be talking about shoes because Jumpman ain't gonna make niggas buy too many damn shoes. The way he break down shoes, and he be like, "You see that we on the side of that 23 just pulls you in." You be sitting there like, "I'm about to make this shoe my baby mama. I'm about to bring this home."
That's some baby weeks.
Said I need every size. Every size. Up next, we got the Wheat 13s.
And that's when it becomes that sometimes that's a little too much. That's not a good look right there.
You know
though.
You know what the funny thing is? At first I wanted these, and now as I look at this picture, they look in the picture like they're molding.
It looks like a thought shoe. That's a thought shoe.
Yeah, that's for the chick who couldn't get the Uggs.
Yeah. That's a thought shoe.
That's too much wheat bread. Too much.
Yeah.
The thoughts will be wearing these heavy, like, Al got those Jordan 13. Stop it.
Yeah, that's definitely those, and you know the girls who wear them, they're gonna be dirty too. So it's gonna look real bad. It's gonna be a dirty wheat, and I'm good. What's the next one you got, Caddy?
Those are the girls with the Newport cigarette smelling jackets. Anyway.
Q said the Ratchet 13s.
It's accurate.
We have the Jordan 32 Russell Westbrook PEs.
It's a win.
Yes.
I can't wear the shoe, but it's a win.
Yes.
Bro, I like those. Yeah. Those are clean.
Those are clean, brother.
Good. I can get them for you guys. Just, if you let me know. Pass for me.
Cool. There we go. Cool. Put my bid in 14.
Gotcha.
All right. Up next, we have the Legion Green Foam Posits.
Mm.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good on these. That color is just. There's other green foam posits that are much better than this one.
Yeah.
I need to see it
It's
without
got like
the
a
shine
metallic
from the
finish.
light.
Yeah.
I need to see the actual color of it without the brightness from the light.
It looks like it's kind of almost like an iridescent, like it might go between that kind of military green to like a copper or something like that.
It does. It's
Okay.
got a little finish on them.
Okay.
What else you got, Caddy?
Last
I
one.
done got on the foam train. So, yeah.
Last one. The Air Jordan 1 Wheats.
Okay. When we first saw these, didn't it have a white outsole?
Yep, and now suddenly it has a gum outsole.
Well, that's some gum I won't be chewing. Not a fan of those.
No.
Bro, comparing all the Jordan Wheats that are coming out, that 6 looks like it's the winner.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
6 and then the 1 possibly, but that 13 is out the door.
That 13 is molded.
Yeah, that 13 is a loser.
And
Chat,
that-
for the first time in a while, the chat pretty much sounded off with most of our choices. So that was pretty cool. Everybody was kind of in unison on that. We typically hit the lace up well before this time in the show. So we might get a little bit of overburn if the fellas are cool with that little afterburn on here, but I've already shortened the time that we get to talk about our topics. Some of these have to be talked about. Some of these won't make it. It might be holdovers to next season because we still trying, we know some of y'all got to go home and actually eat food and shit like that. So we're going to try not to keep y'all too long. But the running thing that we've been doing, Jumpman, we've been counting down, I think since week 2, we've been counting down the top 5 shoes that we think need to be retired, Jordan or otherwise. It was Nike brand, I think is what the stipulation was. So on our list, we are down to number 1. And this will be interesting to see how you react to what was number 1. This is a blind vote. The only person that knows the outcome is me. But I want to share what we voted on. So the first week, the number 5 shoe that needs to be retired was a tie between foams and Jordan 7s. Number 4 was the Jordan 11. I'm looking at his face. He might log out on this. Number 3 was the Jordan 5.
Jordan 11. I got Jordan 11. What was the other one with the 11?
No, it was just the Jordan 11 by itself.
Okay.
Week number 3 was the Jordan 5.
Okay.
Week number 2. Week number 2 was the up tempo, which I think everybody in the chat, everybody that was with us that week was like, yeah, that's got to go.
Hell yes.
But now the number 1 shoe, as voted on by the crew, that needs to be retired, and this literally got 2 first place votes and 1 number 2 vote. It's the Jordan 1. The Jordan 1 needs to be retired. Now, I will say, I will defend myself. I know, Jumpman, just finish the show. You can curse me out afterwards. I will say, defending myself, the only reason I voted for it, because I buy damn near any Jordan 1 that comes out, is just that I need a chance to breathe. They just went too hard with the ones. And I was like, just let me breathe a little bit. Let it breathe a little bit. I don't have a problem with most ones released except those Wheats. Anything other than that, I've liked, but just let it breathe a little bit. That's all.
I agree with you, Beard. That's why I put up 1. I agree.
Oh!
They need to stop with the 1.
Don Turner said, log it
that's
off.
why I said I figured that was the number 1 shoe.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't saying. I wasn't disagreeing. I was saying the Jordan 1 is the one they need to just.
It just needs to stop, right? Yeah, it's just been too much. It's just been too much.
Yeah.
And I think that's where all of us voted from, because I know OG has a lot of ones. I think Caddy has a bunch of ones. We all have them, and we like most of them. 99% of the time, we're ready to cop a 1. But it's like, okay, just let them breathe a little bit. That week 1, it's enough. It's enough.
And by retire, we didn't mean like go away and never come back again, but it was like, just lock me away. Like they said they were going to do with the 3s. We're going to lock them up on the vault, and you're not going to see them for a while, like 6 months.
Yeah,
right.
A couple. Let a couple years pass, and don't put out any ones. Let us just marinate over what we have and yearn for it again. It's just too much.
But fresh off the heels of that announcement, I'm going to go ahead and skip to the next topic. Fresh off the heels of that, we saw the gold top 3 Jordan 1s released at Complexcon. Patent leather, flip-flopping. What did y'all think about that? And then we'll have to close out with the update that we got about those top 3s. And we're on the clock.
I was feeling like Tyrese when I saw those. Like, I just want my baby. I just need those in my life. Keep hitting me with Jordan 1s and want me to buy. What more do you want from me?
Everybody liked it. I didn't see anybody have anything negative to say. Everybody liked it.
Those shoes are straight fire. Straight fire.
The problem with the shoe is it was later reported.
I haven't heard any other one, so I'm missing this one.
Man, you might can you grab a different headphone? That might be the issue. Because I think I remember before we might have had an issue with that.
See, Jumpman tried. He's sabotaging us. He said he was down with the ones. Mm-hmm. He really went. I can't even hear these niggas.
Jumpman over there like, I got the top 3 goals right here. I don't even want them to know I got these.
So disrespectful. Didn't they know I was going to be on the show tonight? The update that we heard about the top 3s is that when they release for the All-Star game, it won't be the top 3s. It'll be the Jordan 1s with the black and gold patent leather, but both shoes will be the same. So the resellers that we saw that were asking for thousands of dollars, I think $1,500 was the number.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think about that, knowing now that these might not be released again?
I still don't agree with the number, but, get your paper, do what you do.
Do you like the regular All-Star version?
I'm going to have to. That's the only thing I would be able to get my hands on because I'm not paying $1,500 for, for whatever. And it's probably going to go up more now because I think I heard somebody say that initially somebody had one up for like $4,000. And so they probably, if it is legit that the ones, for All-Star are not going to be like what they released at Complex, I expect to see the prices go up.
Q the Queen is reporting, and apparently this is Pinot E, the top gold 3s are releasing in December this year.
So if those top 3s release in December this year,
somebody's not getting Christmas.
Listen, a lot of people ain't getting Christmas presents because I'm gonna need 2 pairs of those.
You got the red 11s, you got the top gold 3s, you got the Gatorade pack. Now if those top gold, the top 3 black and golds, they will push those red 11s out the way,
bro. Definitely, those top 3 golds come out. It's gonna be like them 11s is cool,
but
them ones,
yeah, I'm gonna need them more.
Bro. Ain't nobody getting. Everybody getting like a $10 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts.
It's a wrap. Speaking of Complexcon, SneakerCon, it's been the big news that Complexcon is a little bit different than SneakerCon. What are y'all thoughts from what y'all saw? If you had to go to one of these shows versus the other, which would you choose to go to? And we are on the clock. 3 minutes on the clock.
I'm going to Complexcon. And why? The main reason why I'm going to Complexcon is because the way the releases are when it comes to the presentation, how they have the big retailers there. The only thing I didn't like about Complexcon is the damn lines for everything. It didn't seem like anything was in order.
Wow.
That was my issue with Complexcon. I would go for the experience, but I would have to tell myself before I walk in the door, I'm probably not getting no shoes. I would have to put that in my heart, so that anything that I get would just be like, oh, rather than, oh, I'm gonna get this shoe.
I feel like they're 2 different events. I feel like SneakerCon, and we still got to see what it evolves to because we hear the YouTubers talking about not being there. We got to see what it changes into. But SneakerCon is a sale and a place where you go to cop shoes and actually be in the shoes. ComplexCon is like a celebration of the culture. So it feels like it's a lot bigger than going to pick up some shoes. And that's evident by, special releases and the lines that you saw and things like that. I would probably be a SneakerCon because it's shoes I can actually cop. I can actually go with, some people that I met. That's where I met y'all at face to face. So I'm still going to feel some kind of way about going to SneakerCon. But Complexcon looks like fun, but that's the shiny hoe that you don't want to touch. I'd rather get down with the locals. You know what I mean? What about you, OG? What you thinking?
I need them to have a baby. That's what I need to go to. Because I agree with you totally, Beard. I think that SneakerCon is more engaging with my ever-growing sneaker family, and then depending on where you are, looking around for some gems. But as a person that's into music and a musician myself, I think it's dope that you have musicians come, because that is an important part of this culture. I love that you have some involvement from the companies, and you have some exclusivity in terms of things that you can get there, either get early or something that you can't get anyplace else. But also, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like all of the, like how they bum rushed the door and people knocked over the magnetometer, and it was just craziness going on. That part of it wasn't cool to me, and my fear is that it's so much hype that you wouldn't necessarily be able to enjoy it.
Turner made a great analogy. Complexcon is a strip club, look but don't touch. SneakerCon is the regular club. You going home with something. I like that, Don Turner.
Absolutely.
Jumpman, if you can hear us, which one do you like better? Which one do you think you'd rather go to, SneakerCon or Complexcon, and why?
I would rather do the SneakerCon. Complexcon just seems like it's star-studded. You know what I mean? That everything that people can get are more for the stars. And I was saying that there were people there who had VIP bands that were waiting in line with general people to get in. The only people that really got in super early were if you had a musicians or some type of band member type of wristband where you could get in and actually walk around and pick stuff up. But unless you're, well-known JC, Mayor, and people like that, the everyday people such as myself and other people probably wouldn't be able to pick up anything that they wanted because you would be waiting in line with everybody else. But I do like the difference of the two events, but it just seems like Complexcon is more for, more stars, more upper echelon people go to that event. And it's once a year. So, more people look forward to that than SneakerCon.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you've ever been to an actual auto auction, it's like that is SneakerCon. And then when you look on TV and you see the Meacham auto auction and the first car to come across the line is $70,000, that's what Complexcon looks like. Yeah. I can't get nothing in here. Nope. Yeah. We got buzz on that one. So the next one we got in here is the Doernbecher pack that Caddy showed us earlier. I already released my thoughts on the 12s, but Caddy, do you have the rest? Do you have that whole pack that you can show to the people?
Oh, hold on, let me see if I can get a picture for you real quick.
And while he's pulling up that picture, OG, do you have any initial thoughts on that pack?
When I first saw it, I was like, there is nothing in here that makes me excited about Doernbechers. And usually in October, every year people are kind of excited to see, what the shoes are going to be. I found myself, my initial thing was the closest I could get to anything that I was interested in were the up-tempos and the 12s. The way that I'm thinking now, because my wife is a breast cancer survivor, I would probably go for the 12s, not because I really like them that much, but because I know it's a shoe that I can rock when I'm celebrating in the month of October. But I don't want to say anything, like, I mean, we joke, as family, but, this is what these kids, this was their vision, and all of those things that are on those shoes is stuff that's important to them. I just feel like I thought I read that, the designers that work with the kids, I mean, you can kind of guide a child without necessarily letting them know that you're kind of guiding them. And I just felt like in these, they just like, okay, we're going to leave you in this room, and whatever you come up with when you come back, that's what we're going to make. And it just, I don't, nobody wants to sound like they're shitting on it, because it is for, an absolutely incredible and worthy cause, and they do raise a lot of money, but shoes are trash.
Real talk. What about you, Jumpman? What you think about those, bro?
I'm not feeling any of them, to be honest. I don't own a single shoe that has a stitch of pink in it. Now, if my wife were going through something, or my mother who is deceased, then yeah, but it's not a shoe out there that I would cop that has pink in it. But I didn't like any of the collaborations this year. Last year I liked a few of them, and I actually met some of the kids last year at a Mr. Allen's event. But this year I wasn't feeling anything, to be honest.
It seems like an easy fix, at least from where I'm sitting on this side, where I don't have any money involved, would be to have the kids do the kids pairs, and then have the doctors or staff do the pairs for the adults in remembrance of kids that passed or kids that made a special mark on the, you know what I mean? Like kind of like be their voice for the kids who couldn't participate. And you might get something that looks a little bit better, because these, if I remember right, these will come in adult sizing, right?
Yep.
Ain't no grown man wearing none of these that I know of. If you are a grown man and you want to wear these, I'm not taking a shot at you, but those don't look like no grown man shoes. None of them.
Let me keep it 100% real. I thought last year's pack was ugly to a whole new level this year. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the kids. Caddy love the kids,
right?
But some of these kids should. You're like, no, you were not made to design a shoe. That is not your blessing. That is not your calling. Your calling is to sit here and just look pretty and smile. Not
a good looking shoe. But nobody wants those. That would be the Doernbecher pack. We got a little bit of news on here. We're gonna go ahead and get through this topic as well. The Greek Freak, Caddy. I know you can say the name because I can't. How do you say his last name?
Giannis.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever. My brother just hung 40 on the Cavs the other night. They still got that L, but he put up 40. Good job, brother. But, you still with the Bucks, who everybody's saying is one of the hottest young teams in the league. I remember they were saying about the Clippers, too. See how far they got the Clippers. I remember they were saying about the Brooklyn Nets, too. See how far they got the Nets. Anyway, I'm not trying to shade him. Brother just signed a deal with Nike. He is now going to be with Nike. Do y'all think that this is a good move, and will he get a signature shoe, and should he have a signature shoe?
I think he should have held out and waited for Jordan Brand to come along. Hopefully see Giannis under Jordan Brand. And him and Russell Westbrook under that Jordan Brand umbrella, that would have been a bad tandem, boy.
Nike's winning out here in these streets. Nike and Jordan Brand. I mean, you got Kawhi, you got Westbrook, you got LeBron. Now you got the young cats that's doing it in the game. And Under Armour's got Steph.
For now.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. For now. You got Steph for now. Once that money come around and they throw some more money at them, they're going to look a lot better than their jerseys do, I imagine.
True.
What do you think about the whole the players getting sneaker deals? And have you I don't think a lot of people know, Jumpman, that you actually played some ball.
Yes. I tried out with the New Jersey Nets back in 1986. They had me go to a free agent camp, which were people who were not drafted. There were 500 of us there, my height, 6'4", for one spot to go to actual training camp. I don't even think they knew my name.
You were number 250 or whatever.
But out of that's where I was discovered to go play over in Mexico, in Tijuana, just across the border, which was, I was familiar with that because I was in San Diego where I went to college at.
Now, for the people who don't know, Jumpman was the third leading scorer of the team in San Diego.
Yeah,
he was out there giving points now.
I had a little bit of game. They threw a couple plays at me, and one was a lob a game. My coach said, "I want you to get at least one dunk a game," and I was shooting. I was like, "Hey, I want one dunk a game."
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I had skills. I could go, but I like the signature shoes, and I think Giannis. I'm not even going to attempt his last name. I'm not even going to do that. But I think that he
Alabama.
I know I see people here saying no, not yet, but when is the time right? After he wins an MVP, then I mean, the young man can ball, man. And if they're trying to upgrade their sales, he is one that's going to help them, and he could be one of their test players out with a specific. But they need to let him. Like they let James Harden talk about the shoe that he wanted with Adidas. Nike got to open that box, man. Put some windows in that box.
Absolutely, because we talk about a Greek shoe. A player, man, that's got to be something new.
Let this man design his own shoe.
That boy got international ties. Let him do it.
There you go.
Got to be something new.
And you know how many people are going to come along with that? They already at every arena he go to singing their national song. So. Yeah, he is on the uprise.
Yeah, I can't even be mad at that. I'm kind of getting mad at ESPN, the Talking Heads, for putting a lot of people on game because they're gonna wear it out. You know what I'm saying? Like they already giving him MVP. Now they're trying to give the championship. I'm like, just let the boy play, man.
Yeah,
let him play. He with that young ass team. He's still putting up 40 and losing. Let him play. Let them figure this shit out, and let's see what we have. Don't wear him out too early, man.
But will Bledsoe? This is the question. Will Bledsoe help or hurt that team?
That's a good point because.
Go ahead, Caddy. You the expert, brother.
No, I was gonna say that's a good point because you're talking about that team has been together for a couple of years.
Exactly.
And just like the Cavaliers, you're bringing in a new player, and now he has to learn the team, and he hasn't been with that team during training camp, and he's coming in. And granted, it's only been 10 games, but now you got to learn this team, and your training camp is basically in the beginning of the season now. So I don't know. I mean, Bledsoe is a great player, though.
Where did he play college ball?
Kentucky, didn't he?
Okay, so Kentucky, and then in the pros, he played for Phoenix. Was that the only stop?
No, he played for the Clippers. He started with the Clippers.
So there's, Kentucky's Midwest. You got the Clippers and got Phoenix. You got West Coast weather. I don't think he's seen Milwaukee in December.
He should be. He'll be in the gym. Ain't nowhere else to go.
Because it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be. We got buzz on that topic. This is the last topic we got on here. Like I said, folks, sorry that it was shorter, but we kicking it with Jumpman. We done kicked back and had some Kool-Aid. We didn't have pork chop sandwiches. We forgot we was doing a show, so we had to speed up the rounds. The last topic that we have on the list is Draymond Green's comments about the owner terminology in the NBA. And, this is a heightened awareness time in sports and in media. And he basically made the comment that we need to stop calling the owners and start calling them CEOs or something like that. I want to know what are y'all thoughts about that. And I'm very interested in wondering what the older gentlemen, the elder statesmen, the presidential ones would have to say versus us two younger cats. And if there's going to be a difference in the take. OG, if you could take the lead on that one, sir.
I'm very conflicted. I think my most visceral reaction was to hear commentators that have no melanin say that they could not understand where Draymond was coming from. And obviously they don't understand because they haven't lived a day in melanin skin. So when you hear the word owner, it strikes a completely different chord unless you're from a part of the United Kingdom that enslaved other Caucasians, but called them indentured servants. Slave is a slave by any other name. But when you live in a position of privilege, you can't understand how an individual that has not had an opportunity to live under that same privilege would feel about a certain thing. And so I get it. I mean, you have business people, the guy from the Texans, talking about letting the, inmates run the prison. And sports is different in some way from any other business, and especially in the NBA, because the NBA is individual athlete and personality driven for the last, I'd say 15 to almost 20 years. And so when you're talking about an owner, yes, what's the dude in the Dallas Mavericks?
Mark Cuban.
Yes, Mark Cuban, you do own the team. But when you start talking about what you own, they're thinking about your players. And if you start talking about owning a player, then you're talking about a master-slave relationship. So I get the analogy that he was trying to make. But from a business standpoint, where the conflict comes in for me is the same thing I just said. Even if you call him something else, it's the same thing. It's the person who has the power. And so I understand the discussion that he was maybe trying, from my perspective, it was a discussion that he was trying to bring by pointing that out. At the end of the day, it's just a word. And what we really need to do is change the mind and the attitudes of the people that sit in that position so they can understand the sensitivity. Because when I call you out, Mark Cuban, I'm not saying that you don't care about your employees, that you don't care about their families and have rich relationships with them. But some of your comrades think of them as pawns on a chessboard. And if one breaks, they can replace it with another one. And that mentality, I think, is what he was speaking to. And, it's like, there's no dignity. You do what I tell you to do. If you kneel, you're not going to have a job. Really? So I can't say what I think and still work. It's not that's coming from a position of ownership. Do what I say. Because I said it. Not because it makes sense. Not because it's right. Because I said it. And that, straight up is some bullshit.
What about you, JB? What you think about that?
Wow. It's deep, but I look at it like this. They are owners of a team. They have a business to run, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I throw my brother in this mix. My brother played professional football for the Houston Oilers. He came off of going to the Pro Bowl. He come back the next year. They decide they want to go in a different direction and put this guy, Bubba McDowell, in his position, give him his same number and everything. In sports, you are a number. It has nothing to do with race. I don't think. The Colin Kaepernick thing, that's different. That's a whole different animal, but I think they're bringing all of that into one, and now everything is just so complex now, where every situation is race driven. They're the owners of the team. Their business is to win a championship or put the best product on the field. And there's some people in the chat are like, why is this just now bothering Draymond now? It's been like this for years. Why hadn't Dr. J spoke on it? Why hasn't Magic spoke on it? Why hasn't Mike spoke on it? Because there wasn't situations like there are now that are racially motivated, where people are tying a lot of things together, if that makes sense. A lot of this is being tied together, where now people are feeling anybody that is over them is owning them. I mean, I have a supervisor at work. You know, I have to do what that person says or I won't have a job. There are people that I supervise. If I go to my supervisor with them and say they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, then they may not have a job. You know, it's a sensitive it's a sensitive topic situation, but everything I think is just being brought into what's going on in society right now, in my opinion.
What about you, Caddy?
I agree with Jumpman. I feel like in this situation, Draymond's feelings got into this. And the reason why I say that is Jumpman is right. You're an owner, and this is a business. And being that what's going on in sports with the Texans, with Kaepernick, is probably the only reason why Draymond spoke about this now. Because if this was 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you wouldn't have heard nothing about it from Draymond. You know, even after the Donald Sterling incident, you didn't hear anything about this from Draymond. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know what? I think they should be changed to CEOs. Q pointed that out in the chat. CEOs and owners are two different things. You know, this person owns the team. They do own the team for that team that they own. Now, you do have players like Andre Iguodala, who before all this happened even said, like, you know, who referred to it as, oh, you know, we got to work for Massa. And he has said that, you know, before out loud. Yeah. But for Draymond to look at it that way, I think because of everything that's going on, he was in his feelings a little bit. I get where he was coming from, but I'm like, this is the owner of a team. Michael Jordan is the owner of a team. And I have to, you know, I look at it like he owns this business. He owns this team. And, you know, there are some owners that, you know, unfortunately have a different mindset than what we would like. Mm-hmm. And that's what needs to be pointed out more. There are owners out there that have a different mindset than we would like, and we need to focus on moving those owners out or calling those owners out to the front like, hey, we see this and we have a problem with this with you. Rather than saying, well, we need to change the name because we feel like this. And it's really, yeah, but I think it's a perplexing topic.
Say that, you focusing more on what he said than the climate that brought the thought to his mind and what it's really all about. Because then you really reduce it to just him making a comment about changing the name. That ain't gonna change. And like I said, the name is just a name, but it's a larger topic. What the emotion that he was speaking to is the bigger picture. It's not the little thing about the name.
Okay, but the thing about it is when Mark Cuban said something back and explained, like, you know, we care, we care about the players, we care about their families, everything like that. Draymond hasn't been heard from since. And Draymond has the platform to go out and say more. He can talk about, oh, he ain't kick nobody in the groin, and oh, you know, y'all want to look at me as the bad guy, found that I'll be the bad guy and everything else like that. But here it is. Here's a serious topic, Draymond. You have the floor. Nah, I'm good.
Because maybe he's not equipped to go any further with it. I mean, I don't have no problem with it because the discussion is out there now. And some people can start conversations, but they can't lead them. They can't keep them going. So if you're looking for that, that's like saying that, a ball player that has a jump shot and can catch and shoot, but can't drive the board, then he just can't drive the board. All he can do is catch and shoot. That was what his job was for that particular thing. I ain't looking for him to do everything.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, I think what you just said, OG, kind of hit it on the head for me, is that this is part of a larger conversation that we're trying to have in this country that's not being had. We keep talking around the fucking issues. And, right now, 2017, if you go into a computer and you start pulling it apart, there's a master drive and there's a slave drive. And that might not mean shit because you're like, hey, this is a computer. But sometimes the terminology and the way that we built things and stacked things upon racist history in this fucking country needs to be revisited, because we're not getting any apologies, we're not getting reparations, and we're also not getting any fucking repairs. So the problem is that we're not having this conversation. Kaepernick took a knee, and we immediately said, how dare he? Well, first, Kaepernick took a seat. How dare he take a seat? He's being disrespectful. Okay. Oh, I can take a knee and it's not disrespectful? Okay, cool. I'll take a knee. Oh, well, he's still being disrespectful. Like, that's not the conversation we're having. They keep moving the cheese. And at the end of the day, Draymond, what he said may have been in his feelings, but he's like, hey, we just need to revisit some things. If you're going to be the owner and say that you care about us, instead of putting us out there to move the brand, how about you actually just give to our community and don't say shit about it? How about this be more than a shoe campaign or more than a commercial, and you actually show me that you care about the players that are out here instead of being out there? I think what he's saying is that the term owner and the owners that are acting in the best regard, there's a disconnect. And I think he's speaking to that disconnect. We have a lot of people in these boardrooms collecting checks and writing checks and spending money and reaping benefits, but they're not active in these streets. You know what I'm saying? There's a protest in your city and you're at home watching on the news. That's bullshit. And I think that around the globe, football, basketball, baseball, we're allowing the people who are owners to stay away from it because that's not what they're supposed to be concerned with. No, if you're human and you care about decency, you should be concerned about this same shit.
And what I want to see Mark Cuban do, in addition to jumping out and trying to defend yourself in public, when you go to that private owners meeting, get in the ass of all them dudes that that are driving this perception because they are acting like massa. Talk truth to power. Tell them, I don't like how y'all are painting me. I'm out here trying to do right and do the right thing and to be a good example. And you out here making me look bad. Get on them. Because people didn't just come up with this idea overnight.
And I would also like to say, I've seen a lot of people when he made this comment, and I saw a lot of social media people, they were talking and saying, everybody's trying to be PC. Everybody's trying to be politically correct and everybody's soft. And I don't see the problem with the idea of trying not to offend people by not saying bullshit. I don't have a problem with that. I don't understand why that's such a bad thing. It's different if we pussyfooting around the issue, but if I'm calling something like I see it, what's the problem with trying not to offend somebody? Why is that a bad thing? I don't get it. So if it means that sometimes I think G4 said it best. I don't think he's in here right now, but he says this all the time, and I love when he says it. You got to taste your words sometimes. And sometimes the thing that you mean, that you say without any ill intent, is received with ill intent. And you got to taste that sometimes. You got to be like, hey, maybe I could change the way I say that. Maybe I can say that in a different way. A lot of stuff. I was watching Police Academy the other day. I'm a 40-year-old man. Police Academy came out in the early 80s. That movie was horrible. That movie was horrible. I was watching, I was like, oh my God, I was watching this as a kid. What the fuck? This shit is horrible. But the timing was totally different. It was totally different. And I don't think it's a problem with people being too sensitive. I think we have people who are able to say things. They're able to get on YouTube. They're able to get on Twitter. They're able to get on their phone, Snapchat, and they can voice their opinion about shit that we didn't have before. It's not by chance that more people are being diagnosed with depression. It's more people are going to be diagnosed. We had grandparents that was depressed and that was dying in the streets and had emphysema and they was working. They weren't not sick. They were sick as hell, but they didn't have anybody to diagnose them. So that doesn't mean they weren't sick. They just worked through it. It still means there was a sickness there. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing in this country. We got a lot of shit going on. We're sick and nobody's fixing it. We just fucking putting Band-Aids over shit. I got a cough. What this Band-Aid gonna do? It ain't gonna do shit. We need to fix some shit. So Draymond's comment about changing them from owners to CEOs or whatever, technically, that might not be the way to go, but at least just get the conversation started. I can't do nothing but commend that man for that shit. We've been well out of time on that. We've been well out of time on that. I'm waiting to see if the chat's got anything. I know that we rambled on a little bit longer than normal, but we got to kick it with our brothers. So we appreciate y'all who were able to make it to the end here. If y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about, anything that we missed, y'all want to ask Jumpman a question or two real quick?
That's what I was going to say, to see if the chat had any questions to Jumpman. I know some of them may have been, not here when we kind of talked about some of the things in the beginning. But, yeah, if you got some questions for the big bruh, we blessed to have him. He picked episode 7. Like, if you guys saw that video, that was totally, I was holding my camera and Beard was just like, he was totally in his, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here moment. And he was just really letting it fly. And Jumpman, like the Billy D. Williams of sneakers he is like, can I get a show? And the Beard was like, hell yeah, I don't care what the rest of these niggas say. Yes, you can.
Correction, I did say that.
So it was just really dope, that, and I mean, it's nothing better than to be able to close out our first season, having Jumpman with us.
Ooh,
and
we got a question for him,
big bro. I hope you know that
that's a
you want
damn good question too.
You want to jump in, you can do it. But what's the question?
This is from our show last week. We were talking about sneaker grading. Let me give you the full parameters before I let you go into this, because I don't think that they're going to get the answer that they think they're going to get from you. We were talking about sneaker grading and the way people are trying to sell a shoe and say it's DS, but they'll sell it's DS without insole, or they done tried the shit on, it's dirty, or I only wore it around the house 2 times and this is a 9.5 out of 10. No, it's not. You don't wore it. I only wore it for 3 hours. But I did go outside to play ball. It's not. So what is your take on DS and sneaker grading in general for shoes?
It's either worn or unworn. DS.
I'm totally with it.
DS is in the box. Like I just pulled out that 17 with the paper, with the inserts, laced up from the factory.
Absolutely.
Once you unlace that shoe, once you pop them laces, once you take out that insole, it is not DS. That's what I learned in Sneakerhead 101. You can say it's Bostic's rules. You can say I'm old as hell. You can say what you want to say. That's how I learned DS and not DS. It ain't no what they call it, near DS. Man, it's worn. Period. Now I've seen people say, man, this is 9.5 out of 10. It looked like 6.5. It's worn and unworn. That's the bottom line.
And that for the people who are tuning in late and still being a jackass, that's the point we were going for last week. Is that the grading is whack. So just it's worn or it's unworn. That's it. That's it.
We caught hell for that last week.
Wow. I did a video on that. I did a video on that years ago, and people gave me the business on that, and it was divided. But hey, that's my opinion.
Jumpman, I had somebody sell me some shoes. I was telling them about this last week. Somebody sold me some shoes. They said they were 8.5 out of 10. I remember this shit distinctly. And I got the motherfuckers, and the box was beat up, and there were no insoles.
Yeah.
And I said, well, where the insoles at? Why'd you say it was an 8.5 if it ain't no insoles? Because it's the insole. Nigga, that's how the shoe comes. It comes with an insole.
Yeah.
What you mean? It's a worn.
Everything that comes with the shoe is part of the shoe. Yeah.
And I wish you could have
even
seen the
paper.
last.
I mean,
yeah.
Absolutely. I keep the paper. Although I wrap my shoes in towels, I still keep the paper at the bottom underneath the towel. Everything that comes with that box is.
I just like to share this pain with you. I'm kind of flashbacks. I'm shuddering. I got a little nervous tick. I bought a shoe recently that was brand new, in box, but the box didn't have the top, and it didn't have the shoe trees, and it didn't have the hang tag, and it didn't have the paper, and the box was torn, and one of the shoes had grease on it, and the other shoe had dirt on the bottom. But it's brand new in box. Yeah. Nigga, please. We do have another question from the chat here. The KickTalkers, Q the Queen says, "Do you foresee any progressive changes for Jordan Brand in 2018 with respect to a slow 2017 popularity wise?"
Not until they come out of that box and put windows in their house and listen to what the consumer wants. I had the pleasure of meeting Scholar 23 in Montreal, which was a super long drive from here. But he talked about the Jordan 2 coming back in its original form. Jordan Brand knows this. They hear what the consumer wants. They know that people wanted the Mocha 3s. And you see the pictures of what they're putting out. Tumbled leather on the Mocha 3. There wasn't tumbled leather on the first Mocha. Why are they not doing stuff the right way? You know, I know that they're trying to show respect to the older shoe. But when they say that they're trying to recreate an older shoe, it's supposed to be as close to the original as possible, right? Mm-hmm. Not changing the leather type, not changing the color, 4 or 5 shades, make it as close as possible, but still respecting the OG. So I don't see the popularity coming back, and I know they're trying to bring back more of the Nike Air stuff, but they got to come with the better materials on that, like the Cyber Monday. If they put that Cyber Monday material on all of their shoes, you wouldn't hear people crying about $220. That's just, I gladly paid for the Cyber Monday. I said that Cyber Monday, and they went to the outlet.
Yep, and I got my pair for less than $100. Thank you.
Yeah, right. But that was a dope. That was one of the better releases of this year, quality wise.
Good call. Good call. Night of the Living Dead Stock said, "How do you feel about Jordan Brand going back to more limited releases?"
I hate it, man, because they going back to this reseller mess. Now you watch next year, in 2018, if those top 3 gold boys come out. Now they're saying they're not gonna come out. They're gonna be limited. They're gonna be an All-Star Weekend release, and they're still gonna be $1,000+. And every release next year is gonna be $1,000+, and it's gonna start with them red 11s. You watch what I tell you. They're gonna kick it off. They're gonna kick it off with that BS, and watch how the struggles go from 2017 into 18, and watch more people leave and go to other brands that they can get easier. They shooting themselves in the foot because they're catering to the wrong people. They're catering to the resellers. Because it's too many shoes out here. It's too many shoes sitting. It's too much. Man, I seen people posting pictures back in the day of the old Nike boxes at Nike outlets. Shoes have been sitting for years. This is not new. Right. Why are they trying to act like this is new?
Hell,
but
even
they don't
the Jordan 1 set.
Yeah. They don't want to listen. They are catering to the wrong people. That's all I can say.
KB Fresh Kick says, "How do you feel about the Trophy Room 17 being a non-numbered limited pair, and would it have been better with the briefcase?"
I definitely would have been better with the briefcase for 323, and that would have made it. If they would have put the numbers in them, that would have made it so much more exclusive. And even the insole, which is what OG pointed out, that if they would have put the Trophy Room logo on the insole instead of the Jumpman, it'd have been more Trophy Room exclusive, and especially with the numbers too. Yeah, so that would have been an extra dope added couple features with the insole and the numbering system. Yeah.
Tay Baltimore asks, "Why do you wrap your shoes in towels?"
I did a few videos on this. What makes the shoes last longer is actually wearing them. You want to wrap them in a towel, get them off that tissue paper, get them off of the boxes too, because the box is cardboard.
Yeah.
So that helps. That helps with the oxidation process, the yellowing, the breaking down of the materials. And plus, they're using lesser materials now, which causes shoes to break down even faster. But wrapping them in the towel and keeping them in a cooler climate, that helps slow down that process. It's worked for me. Some people agree. Some people have tried it and said, yes, it does work. But that's what's worked for me.
You about to have a bunch of niggas at Bed Bath & Beyond buying towels.
All they got to do is go to Walmart.com and get your bundles. You get your bundles of 25 for like $11, $11.99 plus tax. They'll ship them to your crib. They come right to the door. You don't even got to go to the store and get them.
Lister asked us, what do we think about, what do you think happens with SneakerCon with the stepping away of larger YouTubers? And we kind of touched on this earlier. I think, for me, I think that we're going to get back to the roots. I think, once the YouTubers get away and it's not a popularity contest, we're going to see more of these boutiques, which I don't have a problem with, showing up with shoes that we don't get to see. Some rare kicks, you'll get a few more Jumpman showing up because it's not a YouTube thing. It's a love of the game kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You start to see that more and more. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm praying. What about y'all?
It used to be that way. And I used to be featured at SneakerCon, just displaying myself. And I forgot the other older gentleman who had all of the Oregon PEs. He's out of Chicago. He would be there and they would set us side by side because we had displays. Kenny would be there. Perfect Pair would be on the West Coast. To me, the shoe-tubers are battling for content. They're battling for popularity. They're battling to keep their YouTube pages alive because that's their jobs. This is my passion, my hobby, but not my job. I still work. I'm retired from one job, still working another. This is something I love to do. This is not something I got to break somebody down to build myself up or depend on the sell of my merchandise or the popularity of my videos. I've been at 67,000 or below subscribers on my YouTube page since 2008. I'm not tripping if I get 5 people to watch my video. It's 5 people that enjoyed watching it. I'm fine with it. But they're like, man, I got to do videos like this because I'm only getting 12,000 views. I need 50, 60,000 views per video. That's just showing what you're about. That's showing you're not about the love of the game. It's about what you're going to get out of, a paycheck from Google AdSense of actually doing what you're doing. It's about the money that you get out of it. Sure, I love to make money, but I'm not going to beat somebody else up to do that.
What y'all think, fellas?
Honestly, I think Jumpman is absolutely right because when we went to Atlanta, we had the most fun meeting everybody because it was just like a family reunion. Like, y'all went around, but the first time I met Beard was like seeing my brother who I hadn't seen in years. It was like he gave me the biggest hug, and it was just like, yo, this is my brother for real, for real. And like when I seen OG, the first time I met OG in Philly, like my man had the camera out and was like, there go my man right there. And I was just like, oh man, like this, it was love. So like when we was in ATL, it was just like having all your family there at one time, and you turned and V was there, and she still ain't shit, but it was just like love from her. And then Q was there, and Q showed love, and then seeing Lister, and then seeing G4, and then seeing Payne, and seeing Jumpman. Like even when I saw Jumpman and he was just like, "What's good, brother?" I was like, oh, it's like seeing one of your uncles you haven't seen in a long time. Like, what's good, Unc? Good to see you, Unc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it was like, it's like family. Like that's the feeling I got when I was there. Like, yo, I want to do this every year because it was just like being at a family reunion with all the family I want to see. And that's what it should feel like every year. That's what's missing.
And we had that little after party that Caesar puts together, and he invited everybody he could think of. He invited more people than we had food for. He invited everybody at SneakerCon. But you notice only a select few people showed up who want to converse or talk about the culture, whatever. And then you see other posts about, you know, we're over here with our real friends and all of this. You can see where it's divided. Make it seem like the older generation is separating from the younger generation. And they tie everybody together.
Mm-hmm.
And Kais was talking on that, and I had to jump in and say, man, look, I don't have nothing against none of you young guys. If y'all doing what y'all doing, go ahead. But this is what, you know, they need to bring the displays back to SneakerCon. Oh, I'm talking about that with SneakerCon. I don't think so. But I mean, I probably will not do that anymore because I'm focused on doing my own show or segment. But that once they stopped that and you started to see where everything was going, you could see where the divide was coming in at. Mm-hmm. And the divide is still there because they kind of want that divide because they want to be more of the focus of that particular show. And that's going to be it. It's going to change. Everything changed. Everything has a season and a time. You just don't know when it's going to eventually turn over.
See, and that's sad because like you're getting hyped love from these young kids, like, oh, you know, I gotta get that merch and stuff like that. When like that real love that was going on with everybody who we was chilling with was like to the point it got overwhelming. It was like, damn, yo, like people coming to your table and being like coming to V's table and being like, yo, what's good, bro? Good seeing you, and like I'm finally getting to meet you. It was like, damn, man, like y'all don't know how much, like, y'all, in all honesty, y'all coming every Wednesday and coming up to us in Atlanta really meant to us, because it was like, yo, we look at y'all like family for real, and to get that love back was just like overwhelming. Yeah.
I was honestly shocked at how many people actually came by the house, and it was in Buckhead. Yeah, it wasn't too far from the venue, but you know, it was far enough for people who, I don't know if I'm gonna go there, but a lot of people came. Everybody chopped it up. I didn't get to chop it up with as many people as I wanted to because I was in the kitchen cooking, but I just looked around at everybody, and everybody was in some type of conversation, which was really dope.
There was a lot of expensive shoes in that conversation too. I was like, Jesus Christ, there's $500,000 here in shoes. It's a good Lord, there's a lot of shoes in here. OG, what do you think about that? What do you think is going to happen with the YouTubers stepping out for SneakerCon?
I mean, I think you guys have really hit, you know, the nail. I guess for me, my hope is that there is more history that is shared than what is shared now, however it is shared. Because sometimes, you know, it's not that the stories that we have are not important. Sometimes it's the way that we share them. And, you know, sometimes we have to kind of up our game in terms of how we interact to get a younger generation to sit still long enough to be able to hear, you know, the information. So I am hopeful that, you know, some of the things that kind of broaden the interest will continue, but at the same time that, you know, you don't just have all the fluff and not get some of the substance. So I think it'll be good. Change is good. I think it'll be different, and those people who liked it, you know, one way, you know, may be disappointed, or, you know, may not you know, gravitate to it, because I think, like I said, in my mind, the perfect thing, well, not perfect, but a better thing is probably you know, that baby between SneakerCon and Complexcon, meaning that you have maybe you have a whole section of the venue that is just a historical walk through, you know, something, whether you have it done by a vendor or an individual or even regional. Like if you're in Atlanta, what is the history of kicks in Atlanta? What were the hard things that, you know, people were wearing? Because it's going to be different in that particular area than it would have been, you know, in another area, or things like that. So that you know, it's kind of like that old, you know, Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. If you don't watch out, you might learn something. Yeah. That's good stuff, OG. But yeah, so I mean, I don't think it's bad. I you know, and I think also, you know, it may make room for somebody else new who's trying to push through to come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would
expand the conversation.
Yeah,
I will go on record to say that a lot of people have been saying disparaging things about Kais and Tony D. Too Wild for saying that they're not coming around and saying that one was copying after the other one. And as far as I'm concerned, man, you can have that take. You're entitled to your own opinion. But for them cats to walk away from money, for whatever their reason is, for them to walk away from money and publicly say it, I think it's pretty dope. I think it's pretty dope. Even, I mean, put it out, you still, at the end of the day, you walking away from your cash. And maybe you got something else lined up. Maybe there's some nefarious reasons you're saying it.
Okay. Are you walking away from cash, or did the cash dry up?
I don't know, but if you're not going to be at this, if you're not going to be in the event in my face, and I don't have to worry about 17 or 30 kids running through me to go to your table, thank you. Thank you. Maybe that means that we can get OG propped up at a table, sitting there with Jumpman, and you know, we get the Golden Girls theme playing, and we get to see that kind of life.
Thank you for being a friend.
You know what I'm saying? I'm with that.
I don't think they're gonna walk away. I don't.
Hey.
You know, just like people were saying they were selling their whole shoe collection. I mean, I don't think they're gonna walk away. And you know, I like Tony and Bull a lot, man. I like those guys a lot. You know, I've never had a problem with them. I know other people have said that they don't feel as though they converse with them. And I say those two because those are two of the younger cats who have had me about the culture, saying, you know, what can we do to work this thing out between the older generation and the newer generation. But then some of the older generation say, they don't talk to us, you know, so I go back to them with that. But, you know, that's something that probably needs to be done on an open forum. That's something they should probably hold at SneakerCon, a panel with the older and the newer, and talk about it, and have the younger kids take in both sides so they can see what is really going on and what they will get when they get older, because they're going to have to teach a younger generation that's coming into it. So I think that they should spend time more on the culture than on what people are selling and things like that, because they still get a chance to meet you because you're going to be on a panel. So you can kill two birds with one stone.
That's a really dope idea. And I would like to say that even though the YouTubers may be stepping away, I would hope that they don't step away completely, because I wouldn't have had a chance to meet some of the YouTubers that I'm talking to right now. I wouldn't have had a chance to meet Caddy or OG or you, Jumpman, or meet one late listener who is literally, I've said this to him before in the message, and he might not get it. That's one of my favorite people on this planet. He just seems like good people. So he didn't get to kick it like I wanted to, but I was able to meet him. I was able to meet V's Kicks. I was able to meet the rest of the Monday Midso crew. Again, a whole bunch of good dudes. It was good to be able to meet them, and YouTube is what facilitated us meeting them. So I would never want that to be completely away from SneakerCon. Maybe just change how you present it or whatever. I don't know. But at least the conversation's been started, and hopefully that'll be something that's good.
If one-legged listener is still in the building, I need that extra pallet of drop fronts that I'm sure you had some leftovers, brother. So, you know, when the blessings flow, let the crumbs fall down to the rest of the parishioners. So, you know, them extras, I should have been hitting you in the text like you do when I'm on the show and you hit me up with a text, but I'm just saying, you know, I know you got to bless your family over there first, but, you know, the stepchildren over here still need love.
We appreciate y'all for letting us burn out another 30 minutes on the show. I guess that's how you close out a season. For the people who are just coming in late, Jumpman, if you could let them know again what you got coming up.
I have coming up starting a show called Soul Talk with Jumpman Bostic. I'll be out and about in different cities and states, just talking to people randomly, going to states, interviewing sneaker people that will be put together by management and myself, and definitely bringing something different to the culture where you're conversing with actual sneaker people who you kind of catching off guard or in their moment while they're shopping for shoes, and you just stopping them saying, hey, you know, what made you get those shoes? They pretty dope on your feet. It's not a podcast. I would call it more of a show. It won't be every week. It'll kind of be random and put together. And I think it's going to be something that's different. Definitely nothing that I have seen so far.
It looks like you got people lining up to be guests. Buckeye City Soul said he wants to be on there. One leg listener said, bring it to ATL. They already lined it up and showing you love and support. So
Well,
yeah, those guys always have. They've always had my back. One-legged lister, he got me through a real trying time. We both, you know, have had severe injuries. His much worse than mine. Mine don't even compare to his, but he took the time to help me try to get through my situation of me going through this second surgery where I almost lost my leg, and he is an inspiration. That brother right there, that is my man. And Buckeye put together, helped with African Caesar, helped put together the GoFundMe that helped me with these bills that have been like outrageous from this incident that I had. So it's a lot of love in this culture, and I'm not against anyone, but I am not afraid to speak up on things that need change. You know, SneakerCon needs change. Allen needs to listen to that. I don't think the shoe-tubers, as I call them, they're still YouTubers, but that is kind of a lead that they should have. They should not walk away from what, if they really love it, they shouldn't walk away from it. I think they're letting all this controversy get into their head and having them go into different directions. But if they have other opportunities, then I understand it. But don't let anybody push you away from what you want to do.
I don't know how we're supposed to follow that up. I guess just to remind the people that this is the end of first season. Season 1 is in the books. We will be back on November 29th for the first episode of season 2, unless something drastic changes. And if it does, we'll let y'all know. I know that a lot of y'all will be full and starting on your second part of the gym rotation, because that's right after Thanksgiving. We all plan on eating too much food and being disgusting when we get back.
This hoodie won't fit when we get back.
It won't. And I already know some of you people who ordered shirts, you ordered that medium, you ordered that large. I do have some extra larges. I got some 2X's, so we can go ahead. Because
you're going to need it, big fella.
That extra medium ain't going to work.
Go ahead and let the threads out of that bad boy. So we'll be back again November 29th. There will be no show next week. And the week after that, we'll be announcing the winners. OG, if you could let them know how they can win and what they can win, that'd be awesome, sir. Real quickly, and first of all, thank you for the hoodie family. Thank you, Beard. Appreciate you, bro. Soon, may be on a shop somewhere soon. So, you know, y'all don't spend all your Christmas money if you want to get down like that, you know. You can just inbox me. If y'all looking for a shirt and you got some money, holla at me. Beard Jedi on the ground. Keep it posted. But y'all know we got $450 worth of giveaways for you that our season 1 sponsors, Footage Society and Des Customs, have blessed us with. A $300 custom free. All you have to do is supply the shoe. Also, if you did not see Des on the show last week or 2 weeks ago, last week, he did say that the custom would not be done until after football season. Let that man make his paper. For obvious reasons. So for obvious reasons. And a $150 credit in Footage Society going towards anything that you want to purchase. And they have a lot of heat in that store that is well under that $150 mark. So definitely check them out. What do you have to do? You need to subscribe to the Talkin Kicks YouTube channel. You need to subscribe to Des Customs YouTube channel. And you need to follow the following Instagrams: Talkin Kicks, Des Customs, Creative Custom Kicks, and Footage Society on Instagram. The last thing that you have to do is, once this show for tonight, episode 7, once it posts online, you need to go into the comment sections and say Des Customs done,
that will enter you into consideration for the customs from Des Customs. If you have a different Instagram name other than what your YouTube name is, you need to put that so that when we go to try to make sure that you've done all the things you need to do to qualify, that you have followed those things. And if we need to link two names together, we can do that. Same thing if you're interested in the Footage Society gift card, put Footage Society, done. Put your extra IG name if you need to, and we will go through all those and pick the two winners randomly, and it will be posted in the second week of our hiatus. And we'll probably also post something on Instagram as well to let you know to check for that video so you can see who is the winner.
Make sure your account is public. Make sure your account is public so we can see.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you can't, y'all know what that means. Nobody's new to this. Y'all know if you got private accounts, we can't see what you're doing. So I understand the reason for having private account.
There it is. Jumpman, we would allow you and like for you to sign off first. If you got any shout outs, if you got anything you want to post up, let people know about, anything like that as we sign out for the show, brother.
And just shout out to everybody that's positive and negative in the sneaker community. It's helped me both. You know, it helped the positive have helped me to continue to move on. The negative have helped me to remain stronger and keep pushing and knowing that as long as you got hate, you're doing something positive. Anybody that is out there that has a love for whatever they're doing, just make sure you keep doing it. I appreciate you guys having me on. It was a pleasure meeting all of you and chopping it up and being the guest of episode 7. It truly means a lot. Shout out to Marcus Jordan and the
trophy
right-hand man, the trophy room. That's definitely, I'm gonna put that out there now. There's definitely a spot I'm gonna go to and get one of the interviews in on Soul Talk with Jumpman Bostic. I am gonna make some rounds, looking for this to be really big and have a old friend I'm not gonna point at as the head cameraman. OG camera. But definitely looking forward to it. Thank you all for having me. Thank you for the questions. If I didn't get to all of them, I will go back through this and answer them on the YouTube page.
Hey man, we definitely appreciate you. I'm gonna say this for the fellas before we sign out. We appreciate you. We added a whole nother 30-minute hour. We had a whole nother hour.
Oh, I'm sorry, I took y'all over.
No, you're good because
no, like 40 minutes right now. We're working on 40 minutes over.
So the fam wanted to talk to you. We appreciate you, taking a little bit of extra time and chatting with us and answering those questions. So thank you for real. That means a lot.
Yeah, same here.
Caddy, you want to go ahead and get your sign outs in?
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Cadillac Jackson, son of Black Lavender. It's been an incredible first season before I fully signed out. I got to tell my brothers, OG, Beard, thank y'all for pulling me into this because this has been incredible. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
Tell my brothers.
Jumpman, thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate you. Had an incredible time with you in Atlanta. Having an incredible time with you now. To everybody in the chat, family, y'all don't know how much y'all mean. Y'all don't know how much y'all mean to me, except for V's kicks because she ain't shit. But I appreciate y'all, man. And Beard, I'm gonna need you to make that video so I can like that video, please, sir. You saw it in the chat.
Like this video first.
I already did that, dude.
I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. We're gonna leave the final sign out to OG.
Make that video so I can like that video, please, sir. You saw it in the chat.
It's been one of those things, when we talked about doing this show again. I've been on record, and I'm always gonna be vocal about being this. I was like, if we're gonna do this, I need to have some time to have a regular life. Because this is on my off days. And the fella said that's not a problem. So allowing us to do the season setup is very much a reason why we're able to do this again. We appreciate y'all. I know y'all gonna be mad and hitting us up like, where's the show next week? Because y'all ain't shit. But we appreciate y'all. Every Wednesday y'all come in here and kick it with us. Y'all kicked this with us tonight for extra long show that just kind of happened organically. Y'all were engaged. Y'all wasn't sitting there and twiddling, playing with your toes with the toe knife. I appreciate you for not using the toe knife during the show. I know some of y'all got that one toe, like it's not really a toe. It's sitting over there and ain't got no pinky nail. I know. We appreciate you for rocking with us, man. It's been one of those things, man. It's been great. We should be back again November 29th. That is after Thanksgiving, so one or all of us might be too fat to do a show, and it'll be the week after that. Just rock with us. You know what I'm saying?
Correction. I will definitely be too fat to do the show. This is going to be fitting like a sports brawl when we get back.
You might need to take another week. You know what I'm saying? But just rock with us. Follow us on the gram. OG already let y'all know what you need to do to win. If you didn't get to see Dez Customs on, he was on SVP, right?
Yes.
Van Pelt show. Some shoes that he did were presented to him, which was amazing. Y'all can check us out on the gram because we posted that.
Man, yeah, that's cool.
If you would have told me that, because I just got onto this shit in March when I was invited to be a part of Soul Food, that after doing this for less than a year, I would have got to meet Jumpman. I would have got to meet Jock Slade. What? In less than a year, I got to meet two of the people that when I started watching this shit were influences in me buying any shoes. I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, and it's because of y'all talking to us, being engaged with us, allowing me to be my ignorant ass self on here. And I really appreciate it. So we're going to take the little 2-week break, maybe 3 weeks, holiday season. So the schedule's going to flip the way it flips. We know because y'all not watching us for Christmas and Thanksgiving. We don't expect you to. And if you do, we're going to talk about you. If you opening presents and watching this show, I'm going to drag your ass. I just want to let you know that shit. But thank you again. It's your man, Beard Jedi, a.k.a. the Black Alex P. Keaton, a.k.a. Shootbox Shakur, a.k.a. the Boss Kick Ross, a.k.a. Notorious KIX, a.k.a. Shinsuke Sneakamura, and a.k.a. the most Jack Swagless. We'll holler at y'all next time when we come back for season 2, man.
Yes, sir.
What do I say behind that, family? Look, real talk. There was a period in time where I did not believe what is going on was going to happen. Just straight flat out there. But it is the dedication and the real love for these two brothers that I'm happy to call friend. And I think it's that bond that we try to share with you all every week, and that you all push back to us. And we appreciate it. Y'all really don't, you can't really even understand how much we appreciate it and how much that we don't take you for granted. That, you're like the secret sauce. You are the secret sauce. You are the gasoline that keeps this vehicle moving down the street. Know that. And when you don't show up, you're missed. That's why when you come back, we drag you because that's just what we do. But we appreciate you. And it's only the beginning. Season 1, 7 dope episodes capped off by an incredible night with just my sneaker big brother, my big brother, period. I like Beard have that similar, my involvement in terms of all of this. Like I said, it only came because I sent a DM to Jumpman and he responded. And that gave me the encouragement that I needed to just, kind of throw my voice out there, and whoever it resonated with, it was all good. But now I got a double extra dose of dopeness by being able to call him my friend. Being able to meet my little brother from Queens that I didn't know, to meet the most professorial thug I know, Beard Jedi. And, through the ups and downs and the ins and outs, You know, it is that love that has held us together, and we hope that, you know, that you all feel that, because we definitely feel it from you. So 2 weeks. I know he said 3 weeks. Y'all don't listen to him. 2 weeks. Presidential one says 2 weeks. That means the 29th, we go and be back, the man. Don't listen to what the man said. 29th, we're going to be here. We're going to be looking for all of you. You understand what's going on now? So, until then, we love you. It's not a damn thing about it. You and the total sneaker family. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Eat your turkey and cranberry sauce and all them things. We're going to see you in 2 weeks with your tight shirts them on. We're gone. Holla.
See you on the baby t-shirts on the 29th, baby.
See you.